Guys, it's me. Today we're going to react to the final episode of Apple's Parkour Civilization series. Let's watch it. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Parkour civilization was in danger. I thought people could parkour their way up to a better life, but I realized it was all just a lie. The truth is that the parkour champion controls everyone and everything. I thought I could be the one to put an end to it and save everyone, but I failed. Luckily for me, second chances come around quite often, and I still have one more shot at saving parkour civilization. The only way I can put an end to all this is if I beat the parkour champion, and that means I have to get back up to the arena somehow. And that was going to be harder than I thought.
Yeah, because he does have a ticket.
The barriers to the parkour temple shouldn't be here, but they were, and I had no way up. That means somehow I was going to have to get a ticket. Oh, this is not good.
Right?
I can't even earn a ticket myself, meaning the only way I'm going to get one is if some other noob has one. But even if I got lucky and a noob hasn't used their ticket already, I couldn't find anyone. I was beginning to think that there were no noobs left and they were all in prison until I finally found one still standing. I asked the noob if there was any chance he had a ticket or even knew someone with a ticket so I could get into the temple. But he said that pros don't come down here anymore and do ticket challenges. It's now impossible for parkour noobs to rank up at all. This has to be the champion's doing. If pros don't come down here at all, the noobs have no way of getting food. That means if I don't get up in time and beat the champion, everyone down here will die. There has to be a way I can get past these barriers. I mean, the parkour god wouldn't have given me champion boots for nothing, right? And that's when I remembered. I had champion boots on now. These boots were meant for the person that rules parkour civilization. And that's when I thought back to what the champion said.
You beat me in this battle, you become the parkour champion. And you could be the one that makes the rules.
If the parkour champion makes the rules, they had to be the one to place the barriers, right? Which means if someone placed them, someone can get rid of them. It was a shot in the dark, but I thought I'd at least try. Oh, this is pointless. This is not gonna work. Wait, what? It broke. I couldn't believe it. I was staring at a hole in the barriers. This is insane. I can break barriers now? Ah, thank you, parkour god. Let's go. I got rid of more of the barriers until there was a space big enough to jump through. All right, let me make sure I'm not hitting my head on any of these. And now it's time to go save everyone. I did it. I was now inside the parkour temple, and I was one step closer to getting back up to the top. Now that I was in the temple, it was time to start actually coming up with a plan. I was gonna have to find a way to somehow get back into the arena and fight the champion. And even if I do manage to do that, I still have to worry about beating him, which is a whole nother story. My rough draft of a plan involved grabbing blocks, and I thought I could get some here, but the chests were empty. Those chests were usually filled with blocks for the pros to do their daily tasks, but someone got rid of all of them. My idea of getting blocks was already off to a bad start, but I had a backup plan for where I could go to get more. I made it back up to the second layer of parkour civilization, but now was no time to celebrate. I still had such a long way to go to get up to the third layer, and time was running out. I made my way over to the place where I could get all the blocks I needed. The parkour training grounds should have thousands of blocks I could use. The last time I was in here, I was training to rank up to become a master, but something was off. The course I built to practice to rank up was still here. This doesn't make sense. Have all of the pros just been practicing this course I built? But that's when my situation just got a whole lot worse. Oh, come on, they can't be empty. Why are they empty? All of these chests should have been filled with blocks to build parkour jumps, but they were all empty. Okay, this is not good. This is really not good. Something strange was going on, and I needed to find some answers. I took a trip back to where I used to live.
Man.
If there was anyone I could trust to talk to, it would be my neighbor. And that was assuming he was still alive. I found the house where my neighbor used to live, and thankfully, parkour civilization hadn't claimed him just yet.
Empo, you're alive, and you're the parkour champion?
Well, I'm not really the champion. I mean, I guess technically I am. I don't know. It's a long story. I asked my neighbor what was going on, and he said everything has changed. He said that parkour pros aren't allowed to go down to the noob level anymore, and some masters came down and took every block, and they can't even practice anymore. This was it. This was truly the end of parkour civilization. First it was the noobs in danger, now the pros are, and soon it might even be the masters. One by one, the parkour champion is taking away the free will of everyone. And if I don't end this now,
man.
Oppose him. Alright, no pressure. The fate of the world is in my hands, and now I have to speedrun one of the hardest parkour courses there is. Unlike getting up to
No.
the pro level, there was no easy way up to the master level. If you wanted to get back, you had to do the course. Even though I've made this course before, this was different. Time was running out, meaning I couldn't waste any taking this parkour course slow. And I can't afford to miss a single jump, because if I do, well, then I guess the parkour god trusted the wrong person. Luckily, I made the course, and I was now at the master level. And now I was at one part of my master plan, which, well, has not been going to plan at all. If I don't get these gold boots, okay, thank you. Finally, something goes according to my plan. I didn't know if I would still get master boots if I had champion boots on, but luckily, I got an extra pair. Now that I was on the master level, I had to blend in. Any one of these masters could be working for the champion, and if they saw me with champion boots on, well, that's attention that I definitely do not want right now. At least with the gold boots on, the people working for the champion might not recognize me. Now was the next part of my plan. If I have any shot at all of getting back into the arena, I was gonna need the parkour master that saved my life. But when I went into the secret room in the parkour temple, he was nowhere to be found. Of course, I knew it was too good to be true to have two things in my plan go smoothly. Now I gotta improvise. Now I had to figure out where the parkour master lived, and I had no way of knowing which house he had. The only thing I could do is sit and wait for him to show up. But if I stayed down here, I run the risk of the masters on the champion side finding me. I needed somewhere that would at least find me a little more time, and the only place I thought of was at the very top of the parkour staircase. At least here, I won't be seen that easily, but if I had to get down fast, I had no water bucket to save me. I realized I was standing so close to the barrier between the master and the champion levels, and now I have champion boots. Meaning if I put these on, will I be able to see what life is like at the champion level? But before I put them on, I saw the parkour master I was looking for. Now this is the part I was not looking forward to. The only way I can follow the parkour master is by taking fall damage. And I'm just hoping that the drop to his house isn't too far. And of course it's a 50 block drop. I'm never surviving that. Oh man, I have an idea and I don't like it. Yep, this is officially the worst idea I've ever had.
Okay, I got.
No more thinking. Let's just do this. I got momentum and I jumped. I thought it was too short, but I made it. Oh, that was so crazy. I know the parkour master.
He made it.
Even though I barely survived, I found the parkour master without being caught. And now it was time to carry out my plan to save parkour civilization. I told the master everything that happened, and I showed him that I had champion boots. I told him that if I was gonna beat the champion, I would need his help.
I can't believe you survived, and you met the parkour god. We can actually save everyone. Just tell me what I need to do, and I'll do it.
I had the master give me some blocks, and I told him to wait here for the next part of my plan. If everything goes right, I should have everything I need to get back into the arena and defeat the parkour champion. But that's assuming everything goes right, and so far, it hasn't worked out that way. I jumped over to the parkour bank. To get back into the arena, I was gonna need more difficult blocks to build parkour with, and I think I know how to get some.
Hey man, I don't mean to assume anything, but the top floor is for people with money. You can come back when you're rich
Oh
though.
boy.
Upstairs must be the place where the bank keeps their harder blocks.
Sir, you're not allowed to go up there.
Sorry, man. Got a bank to Okay, never mind. I was expecting to see places where I could buy flower pots and candles, but instead, there was just a massive box with a door.
Sir, this is a private vault for one of our most valuable customers. You have to leave immediately.
A private vault? I guess that might work.
You're not getting into this vault. No amount of money could make me open this door.
No amount of money? Man, this guy clearly has never heard of one of my bribes before.
Just stop. It's not even worth it.
What? What do you say you open the door now? I take it you don't see a backwards 360 too often.
Okay, well I have to let you in now.
Let's go, I still got it.
Yeah.
Just don't take anything.
Yeah, I'm definitely not listening to that. I started looking around the
Wait,
vault
what?
for anything I could use, but most of the chests were empty
Uh-oh.
until I finally stumbled upon a
Yes!
Okay, I need blocks, but I guess I'll take this. I don't get it. Whoever
Oh.
owns this vault is supposed
Wait a
to
minute, is that
The only thing
chain
I found is
boots?
a water bucket. And 16 blocks, never mind. I thought
Wait a
this
minute.
vault was a dead end until
If
it wasn't.
it's
In the
if
last
it's
barrel, I
that
found
if
16 brewing
that's chain
stands. Now, my
boots,
plan could
then
actually work. It was
why
time
could
to go
they
defeat
just be
the
in the
parkour champion.
prison?
Sir, I
When
just wanted to
they're
let you know
in
someone
chain
got into your
boots.
vault.
You're the only one who has access to it, so explain to me how that happened.
I mean, I'm sorry, sir,
Yeah.
but he bribed me with a backwards 360. I had to.
A backwards 360? There's no one that can do a... No, how is this possible?
You know, someone told me something interesting about brewing stand jumps. They're not just difficult, but they can deal any potion effect you want. That's why I wish you the best of luck in this parkour battle, because if you don't make this jump, you're getting the slowness effect. I watched as Siwat tried to defend my attack, but he failed. Alright, now it's time for some answers. I need you to tell me how to beat the parkour champion.
You're crazy if you think I'm telling you that.
Yep, I thought you might say that. Let's see, 3 block. Oh, that's plenty. All right, one more chance to tell me, unless you want to defend another one of my attacks.
I think I can handle a 3 block.
All right, man, if you think you can make this jump with slowness, be my guest. I'm just gonna let you know now that it's not possible, so in a couple jumps, you'll lose everything.
Okay, wait, don't. I'll tell you. Please, I like my life here.
Well, that was easy.
I can't believe I'm telling you this. The champion uses barrier blocks to parkour. He's the only one that has any left.
He
Wait,
built
what?
his parkour jumps with barriers. That means I was right. The 5-block jump was impossible. He just used a barrier. Okay, wait, so if he uses barriers for his attacks, how do I defend against that?
Dude, if the parkour champion finds out about this, I'm gonna lose everything.
I don't care. Just tell me.
Fine. There's a secret rule in parkour battles that says if you build a harder jump than an opponent's attack,
Oh,
your opponent will have to
man.
do that jump instead.
That's how I beat him. I can just
Oh.
attack with a harder jump. Even if he
Yeah.
does use barriers for his attacks, I just have to build better ones. Oh man, this is crazy. Alright, let's do this. You need to send me back to the arena like you did before. And this time, I'm only fighting the champion.
Okay, so if you let me attack you, what's stopping me from just getting rid of you once and for all?
Yeah, I thought you might say that. That's why I got one of the best parkour masters I know to watch you at all times. And if he finds out I don't make it into the arena, let's just say you won't see the attack coming before it hits you.
Oh man, how do you even do these jumps? I really hope Embo's plan works. There's no way I can.
Nah.
Just as I thought, Siwa had no choice but to listen to me. Now, all that I was hoping for is that I would wake up in the arena. I knew Siwa couldn't be trusted, but I had no choice. This was the only way I could get back into the arena, and luckily, it worked. Now, I could battle the parkour champion, and this time, it was gonna